Hey everyone, Tin Man here with your daily jail update for Dota Underlords. Now, we just had a very big balance change drop just moments ago, so I haven't gotten a ton of chance to play with the new balance change, but we'll still see how the jail might affect it in light of all those things. So, the one thing we did notice in the balance change was that Pudge got nerfed really hard. Both Heartless and Warriors now deal less, or do less armor. 3 armor lost for Heartless and 7 armor for Warriors instead of 10. But none of that matters because Pudge is out of here for today. So I was going to say that Pudge was probably still going to be pretty well played in a lot of these builds just because you still want these alliances and he provides both of them quite well. But he's out, so no Pudge today. So you got to find a new way around that. So probably not going to be running too many Heartless, or at the very least not in the typical way we see with like Pudge and Drow Ranger or Pudge and Shadow Demon. Okay, Razor is also out. He received a rather substantial buff in the latest patch, and his damage on his ability essentially doubled. That being said, Razor was still probably one of the least impactful mages, certainly compared to some of the human mages or Lich or even Puck. So I would still be curious to try out mages. You definitely can give it a shot today, even though you're missing Razor. But tomorrow when Razor comes back, that would definitely be a buff because Razor deals quite a bit of damage nowadays. Alright, Legion Commander is also out, but she's still kind of languishing in the not very useful section, where, her stats are still just a little bit too low that no one really plays Legion Commander. This is actually something I just noticed here. When you highlight over Champion, when she's out, it has like that weird X. It's like kind of squiggly, but I guess that indicates that's not possible to be completed. So it may be, sometime in the future, we may see them change the jail algorithm to allow multiple of units of the same alliance, or possibly prevent alliances from being completed, and you just put that little X mark on them. That's pretty interesting. I know I've heard whispers and rumors that the jail algorithm would be changing soon, and I've made a video, wrote an article about what my thoughts are on the jail algorithm, and I think it definitely could use some improvement, so they might actually be doing that, so that's good to see. Okay, otherwise, we've got Luna out, which definitely hurts Knights compositions. Knights did receive kind of a bug fix buff in that they now take... previously, the bug was that they would not actually get that magical damage reduction for being adjacent to another Knight. Now they will have a bit more magic damage reduction because of that. That being said, Luna is a pretty important damage dealer. You can kind of work without her, but I wouldn't really advise it. At least not a heavily focused Knights build without her. Other than that, Beastmaster is just one of those hunters that you can pretty easily replace in a lot of hunter compositions. I mean, he's one of the better ones. Better than, say, Weaver or Wind Ranger in terms of just raw damage output. But it's not the worst thing in the world if Beastmaster's out. We don't see any assassins in the jail. We don't see any savages or any druids in the jail. So definitely look to go towards those. I know brutes also received a very big buff in the patch, so brutes are definitely on the menu. I'd love to see what kind of brute builds can come up with the newly buffed Lifestealer, Magnus. You still have Doom, you get Axe, who gained some even more health. So I'd like to see where that kind of goes. Now that Warriors has been taken down a peg as a primarily defensive alliance, they've lost a little bit of that utility. Other than that, we've got Shadow Shaman, Gyrocopter, Mr. Warlock, kind of low impact, kind of fringe pieces that you won't have access to, but honestly not the biggest loss for their respective compositions. So good luck in your games today, and I hope you enjoy today's jail with Pudge out, and also the new meta by the big balance patch. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.